So, hello, good morning. Thank you for attending this webinar about Guardian360. I'm very pleased to have the ability to present to you all. Thanks for joining. I have a presentation prepared for you. Please feel free to ask questions via the question pane in the GoToWebinar tool in your screen. And I will answer them right away. So first of all, I'll tell you a bit about myself. My name is Jan-Martijn Broekhoff. I'm the founder and managing director of Guardian360. I've been an entrepreneur since 2001. And at the moment, well, basically I'm responsible in the end for everything within the Guardian360 organization. But I'm mostly busy with helping out our partners and also being a product owner in our team. So I translate all demands, wishes and feedback from partners and their clients to backlog items the developers can work on. And the reason I started Guardian360 or I founded Guardian360 is that I strongly believe it's unfair that organizations invested heavily in IT and they have to deal with online criminals, malware and all kinds of issues they shouldn't cope with. So I want to do something about that. My contact details are on the screen, but it's best to get in touch via Oxygen, I think. The Guardian360 organization, we're a Dutch-based ISV, so we were founded in the Netherlands and currently are a privately held organization. We have a partner-only strategy, so everything we do is via partners, selling, but also consulting, invoicing, keeping in touch with clients. That's all done by partners, and we focus on development of our platform. At the moment, we have 15 staff. My aim is to have as least staff as possible. I'll tell you a bit about that later, but we automate as much as possible. We're ISO 27001 certified and also NEN 7510. That's a Dutch healthcare norm we're certified to. And we are aiming to make security a commodity. So we want to transform security sales from specialized sales to commodity sales. And we're doing that together with our partners. We look at information security related to risk management. So we look at the Holy Trinity within information security that consists of the people aspect, but also the process and technology aspect. So we don't have a point solution that only focus on the technology, for example, but we also have attention to the people and process parts of information security. But we also relate risk management to information security. So we add another trinity, and that's prevention, detection, and remediation. So we thought about what we can do to prevent incidents from happening, but also we have thought about what we can do to detect when there's an incident and you can act quickly. And also we've thought about things you can do to lower the financial damage after an incident. And I'll tell you a bit more about that during this presentation. Guardian360 offers subscription services, so we don't do one-off things. Everything is subscription-based and increases MRR. I will tell you a bit about offerings right now. With our platform, we do continuous scanning and monitoring of office networks, web applications, and IoT and SCADA devices. And what we do with the scanning and monitoring is on a daily basis, scan all IP addresses or all URLs and everything that's connected to a network on known vulnerabilities. So vulnerabilities with a CVE ID, but we're also looking for weak passwords, open ports, missing defense in depth measures. In case of web applications, we look at the content security policy, if it's missing or not correctly maintained. And that gives you insight on a daily basis where risks are in the network or in the web application. We also have our compliance module, and we automatically audit on the GDPR. Well, there's no such thing as GDPR compliance at the moment, but we have some recommendations to help clients and partners to better comply with the GDPR. Also, we can show deviations from the ISO 27001, from the full OWASP testing guide, and 10 other norms and regulations. I see that ISO 27001 is mentioned twice. On the second one should have stated PCI DSS. That's for firms that do something with credit cards. We also perform continuous phishing tests. So a partner is able to send a phishing test into a client's organization. And with the test, we are measuring how many people are opening the mail, how many people are clicking on links, and how many people are leaving sensitive data in our form. And we give that details or the data back to the partner, and the partner can decide together with its client if an intervention is needed, and if so, what the best intervention is. So it's a very easy to use phishing simulation tool based on standard templates Guardian360 maintains for its partners. We also detect hackers or online criminals in networks. We do that with our hacker alert offering. You can compare it to a honeypot we place in the networks, and the honeypot behaves itself like a file server or a SQL server or an Exchange server or Synology NAS, something that's attractive to an attacker. And when the attacker is performing a port scan in the network or doing some connections, or making some connections to the file server, for example, you get an alert in the dashboard, and also via SMS and email if you prefer. We also have the cyber risk insurance in our portfolio. It currently doesn't cover the Dubai region, but I'm willing to discuss it with a local insurer, how we can deal with that. Pricing is based on the number of IPs or the number of staff, the number of URLs, or the norms and regulations. Like I said, it's all subscription based, so it's monthly recurring revenue, and the pricing is based on either the product the client bought, and also the size of the company or the size of the scope we're scanning and monitoring. This is the Guardian360 Lighthouse dashboard. I will show it to you later on in a live demo. The technology stack of Guardian360 Lighthouse is a combination of commercial, open source, and in-house developed tools. So we use best of breed combined with some open source tools and also tools we developed ourselves. And that's how we came to this unique proposition. I told you that we aim to have as less staff as possible. We tend to automate everything. So we do test-driven development. We have continuous code quality reviews. We do code linting, hardening, and security testing. Everything is in pipelines, and we adopted Docker, gRPC, Python 3, CI/CD, and other SecDevOps tools. I think ultimately we will have 30 staff or so, and we'll be able to serve partners around the globe. The central platform is currently hosted on our own servers in the Netherlands, but we aim to have a copy of the platform running at the end of this quarter. So that could be in Dubai, but also somewhere in the region. We're also discussing to have a copy in Singapore and Australia at the moment. So I think at the end of this quarter, we will have a couple of copies online, and we can comply to local laws regarding data and privacy. Yeah, something about the competition. At the moment, there's no competitor that has the same offering as we do. But of course, we have some competition on elements in our offering. For example, there are some really good vulnerability scan vendors, but also some companies who are offering good detection services or phishing simulations. The USPs of Guardian360 we learned from our partners are that we use multiple scanners. So we're not using a single scanner like most vendors do, but we use a variety of scanners. So we find more, but we can also cross-check the issues the scanners find. We are offering continuous subscription services, so no one-offs, but a continuous scanning and monitoring. It's all shown in a single pane of glass, so we have multiple services in one dashboard. And also we have a partner-only strategy, so we're not competing with our partners. Everything is delivered via partners and follow-up by partners. And we also have an offering for SME companies. I will show you that later on. But also really small companies are able to buy Guardian360, and we can help them to become more mature. So at the moment we have around 90 partners. They are based in Belgium, in Colombia, Curacao, Germany, Morocco, Saudi Arabia, the Netherlands as well. That's of course because that's our home base. We have some partners in the United Kingdom, and we're into talks in Austria and Switzerland, but also in Australia at the moment. And we have really small clients, but also somewhat larger clients. One of them I can mention is BDO Global IT. And BDO Global IT asked us to scan and monitor member firms they have in countries worldwide. So that's why we're scanning in 100 countries or so at the moment. I told you we are a partner-only company. I tell you why we do that. First, building a secure and scalable and stable security platform is quite hard. We learned that in the past 5 years. It takes all your time and needs all the focus you have to develop on the platform and maintain it and make it better every day. So we want to really focus on building the best product we can. Also, we don't want to be in the position that an end customer takes the Guardian360 scan results to blame their IT service provider for not doing the right thing. We learned that a lot of clients don't know what to ask from their IT service provider and how security should be dealt with. And when you're showing the dashboard with all alerts, sometimes the client is blaming the partner for not doing his job. And that's not correct, because the client didn't ask the partner to do security stuff. So that's why we always need the partner to address the issues in the right way and do some consulting to a client so he knows what to deal with first. We also we believe that system and network engineers are the ones who improve security, and their clients should be in control. So the system engineers or the network engineers are the ones who can solve issues, but the client needs to think about the business risks and needs to decide what the business case is. And partners are extremely well able to consult the client and to discuss with them what is best to do next. So that's the next point. And of course, upselling should be much easier for a partner than for an Guardian360 itself. We simply don't have the staff, but also the clients trust their partner for consulting them the right way. So, and that's what we see in the at the moment. The partners are consulting clients, and clients trust their partners. The main benefits for partners are that Guardian360 is easy to sell and easy to onboard. You will see that in a couple of minutes. You don't need security specialists to offer the Guardian360 offerings. So partners are able to add some security services to their portfolio without the need of a 24/7 operating security operations center and all kinds of security personnel. The existing network engineers or hosting engineers or system engineers are able to consult clients and use the platform. With Guardian360, you increase your MRR and you create a new contact moment with your clients on a monthly basis. So for example, in the Netherlands and Belgium, we have some companies who are only selling firewalls to customers, and that's a bit a one-off, or maybe once a year they get in touch with their clients. With Guardian360 scanning the firewalls, the partner is able to get in touch with the client on a weekly or a monthly basis to discuss issues found or to help the client to maintain the firewall better. So it helps you to establish the relationship with your client. Maybe it's because we are Dutch, but we're not the ones who are chasing you all the time. So you can become a Guardian360 partner and easy start with offering our services without us chasing you all the time to sell subscriptions. It's easy to integrate our services in a current proposition, so it should be easy to sell. But when you're focusing on other things first, we're not going to chase you. Also, one of the main advantages is that you can prove to your customers that you have your security in order. You invest a lot of time and money to help your customers, but also to have your own security up to date and as best as you can. And with Guardian360, you can prove that all the efforts were necessary and were implemented correctly. And Guardian360 helps you to comply with GDPR, ISO 27001, the OWASP, and the PCI DSS. And we're able to add some other local norms and regulations as well, if you prefer. So when there are other norms that we should add to the platform, we can easily do that for you. I told you that Guardian360 has an offering that's suitable for SME companies as well. So here you can see the bundle offering we have, and with the bundle offer we combine the continuous scanner of the complete network, complete office automation of a client. So when a client has, for example, 25 staff, we scan all the workstations, all the printers, all the switches, routers, firewalls, everything that has an IP address, we scan. And we also have a hacker alert or multiple hacker alerts to detect hackers in the network, and the GDPR recommendations come for free. And also in some packages, the ISO 27001 deviations are shown. In the table, you can see there are some package prices for the bundle, but also an MSP license is available. So you're it's possible to sell a bundle price, but also an MSP license. And we have a 30 days try before you buy options for clients. So a partner is able to onboard a client on the Guardian360 platform completely by himself and prove to the customer in the next 30 days that scanning and monitoring, but also detecting hackers is a good thing to do. I will switch screens now to give you a demo about the Guardian360 Lighthouse platform. When there are any questions, please feel free. I don't see any in the question pane, so I think I'm moving ahead with the presentation. Okay. Here you can see the Guardian360 Lighthouse platform. I'm going to log in with my demo credentials. Give me a sec. So what you see here is the Guardian360 Lighthouse dashboard. The Lighthouse platform is completely based on APIs and multi-tenant. So we have a role for Guardian360, of course, but also for distributors, for partners, for clients. And what you currently see is the dashboard for a partner. It's a demo dashboard. Top left, you see the amount of hacker alerts for this scope. At the moment, there are 0 hacker alerts, luckily. Also, you can see all risks that were detected in the past 24 hours or were detected again in the past 24 hours. Because we scan on a daily basis, the amount of critical risks, for example, could have been 15 yesterday or maybe 8. And some new issues were found or some issues were solved. And this gives you a 24/7 insight in the actual status of your network or web application. Underneath, you see all norms and regulations we give insights to. So for example, you see here that there are 7 deviations from the ISO 27001, but also we have the full OWASP testing guide in our platform. We have the PCI DSS, so for credit card firms in our platform. And yeah, in Europe, it's an advantage that we also have recommendations to better comply with the GDPR. We learned that the GDPR is also similar to some other laws or regulations worldwide. So maybe we can easily transform this to a local norm or regulation in the Dubai region. Underneath, you see some information about scoping. So the partner can see 9 scan objects at the moment. The 9 scan objects are divided in 4 IP addresses and 5 websites. Of course, a partner is also able to onboard a complete IP range. And in that case, the total amount of IP addresses we show here is much higher. So it's possible to onboard a /16 or a /22 network in the platform, and then we scan the network on a daily basis. Also, it's possible in our platform to accept issues. So when you're not going to solve an issue, then you can simply accept it, and the issue will be accepted for a year's maximum. And this option is really great because you simply cannot solve everything. Sometimes there simply isn't a solution for the issue we found, but also sometimes when you solve an issue, something else breaks in the network. So solving an issue is not always preferable. And also, sometimes there simply isn't a business case. The damage could be lower than the investment needed to solve the issue. So there could be a lot of reasons to accept an issue. And on the dashboard, we show you the total amount of issues that were accepted. Next to it, you find the total amount of probes that were being deployed. And probes are the internal network scanners. So within this scope, there are 0. And next to it, you see the total amount of hacker alerts that were deployed in the network or in the scope, and that's 0 as well. Well, next to it, you see some graphs, and underneath, you see here the scanners we use, and that the multiple scanners found issues. Also, you can see the risk level per scan object. So it's a top 10, and here you can see that this IP address, for example, has the most open issues at the moment. And the bottom graph shows all issues that are currently open with their first detection date. So that gives you insight if a client is in control or not. Because, well, 5 months ago, we found 7 critical issues in this example. And these issues haven't been solved yet, but also they haven't been accepted yet. So that's quite bad, I think, because nobody dealt with the issues yet. And as a partner, yeah, it's I think it's great. You can consult the client now and tell them they should really do something with these issues, and you're the ones who can help them out. Well, as a partner, you're able to onboard your customers yourself. You see here the menu to add organizations. You can enter into contracts with a customer and also onboard clients themselves. So what we see in the Netherlands and Belgium, but also in other countries, is that partners give their clients access to the Guardian360 Lighthouse dashboard. Clients will only see the dashboard and the issues. They cannot change scopes or alter the contract, for example, but you can look at the same dashboard as they do. And in that way, yeah, you can help them with their security. It's not mandatory. As a partner, you can also onboard yourself only or give yourself access to the scan results of a client. But yeah, to let you know that it's possible, I'm telling you. Scan objects can be maintained here. So when you want to add a scan object, you simply go to this screen. You pick an organization where you want the scan object to scan. You give the scan object a name, and you can choose what kind of scan object it is. So you can choose from IPv4, IPv4 range, or a URL. And you can simply add the range to the platform. Well, below you see an option to pick a scanner platform. At the moment, for this scope, there's only the central scanner platform available because the partner didn't deploy a probe yet. But when you deploy a probe in the network of the client, so you can scan behind the firewall of the client, then you can select the scanner platform on the probe to scan behind the firewall. I will show you how you can onboard a probe or deploy a probe. You simply go to this screen. There you can give the probe a name. You can pick the organization. So then for this demo, I will choose the demo organization. You can pick a hypervisor, for example, Hyper-V or VMware. And also you can pick the network type. So it's DHCP or it's a fixed IP configuration. And when I'm clicking on save, you can the probe will be generated automatically on the background. So we have an automated progress running on our service that will generate a custom built probe for you. And after 20 or 30 minutes or so, you will receive an email that the probe is download ready, and you can download it and start it in the client's organization. And when it's started and the probe meets the requirements we show on the screen here, then I mentioned here, then the probe will connect itself to our monitoring system, and on a daily basis we'll get new scan definitions, but also we'll get scan jobs, and of course, yeah, transfer the scan results to our centralized dashboard. So you can do that completely by yourself, no support from Guardian360 needed, and this makes it very easy to do the try and buy option for clients. You simply log in and onboard a client. It will take up to 20 to 40 minutes to onboard a client to do so. So it's quite easy. And of course, when we scan and monitor, that results in issues. Issues are shown here in the issue overview. So the amount of issues you've seen on the dashboard relates to the issues that's shown in this overview. You can see on this screen which issues were found in the past 24 hours or found again in the past 24 hours. You can also select one or two or more issues and accept them at the same time. So when you're not going to solve these issues, yeah, you can accept the issues, and in that case, you have to provide a reason why you do that. So test is not a really good reason, but for demo purposes, I will accept it. And you can do it 12 months maximum. And the 12 months maximum is because auditors require clients to re-evaluate issues at least once a year. So that's why we created the option to re-evaluate or make it mandatory to re-evaluate within 12 months. So when I accept this issue for 1 month, for example, then you can see that the issue index is updated. The 2 issues are no longer in the issue list, and I will show you later on where they are stored then. It's also possible to share issues via email. We're not very fond of it, but there are some partners who want to share issues with third parties without giving the third party access to the platform. So it's possible to add an email address here or multiple email addresses. And when you click on share, the email will be sent containing the issues. Also, you're able to rescan an issue. We scan on a daily basis, but when you fix an issue right now, you don't want to wait for us to scan tomorrow night, for example. So it's possible to rescan an issue right away. You simply click on the button and add it to the rescan queue. Based on the or depending on the issue and how hard it is to rescan the issue, it will take a couple of minutes or maybe somewhat longer to rescan the issue. And when you solve the issue correctly, it will not be shown anymore in the list. Here you can see that's being rescanned. And I think I rescanned this issue as well. I'm not sure. Yeah, and the last thing I want to show you on this screen is that you're able to download all issues to CSV. We're not very fond of that as well, but okay, if you want to deal with the issues or want to integrate them in other reports or want to do Excel magic to it, you can download them to CSV and handle them the way you want. Let me open an issue to show you what we show you. So first, for a client is also visible the management summary. So we have a lot of non-technical, so to say, clients. So they're not used to technical language, and of course also no security language. So that's why we show a management summary in clear language what the issue is. And in this example, the solution is quite simple. You need to upgrade the Unix operating system. We provide some technical details. So here you can see that the issue have a CVSS score of 10, so 10 out of 10. So it means that's critical. And also you get some output of the scanner. And based on the issue and also the scanner that found the issue, the technical details are quite extensive. So in some examples, it's multiple pages with example code, with banners, with all kind of details about the issue, helping the partner solving the issue. Also, here we show you that it's a non-conformity, or this issue leads to a non-conformity. It's the outdated software non-conformity. We provide some motivation why we think it's a non-conformity, and also for each norm or law or regulation is shown to which paragraphs it's a non-conformity. So for example, here you see the 2017 version of the ISO 27001, and we show you this issue is a non-conformity to 12.5.1 and also to 12.6.1. And at the moment, this issue makes you not compliant to the norm, so you should deal with it. Also, you can see some other norms and regulations. So there's a severe vulnerability to a lot of norms. Also, we show you the audit trail. So here you can see we scan the issue on a daily basis, but also all rescanning actions, all sharing activities, all commenting, because you're also able to comment on an issue. Also accepting and releasing is stored in this audit trail. And let me see if there are any log entries. No, only scanning entries, but when it has been accepted, then it will be shown here. Well, I can show you how it works best for demo process. So after I refresh the audit trail, here you can see that on Monday, 20th of July, in Dutch local time, the issue was accepted by myself, and this was the reason. I'm also able to release the issue, so I can say not correct, and the issue will be released then. And also the audit trail is updated, so you can see that it's released as well. Accepted issues are also are transferred from the issue index to the accepted risk index, so it's always visible which issues have been accepted. Also, when the issue was accepted and until when, and on August 20th. The issue will be transferred back to the issue overview unless it's accepted again or solved, of course. Also, we show the non-conformities in a separate overview. So on this screen, you can see, for example, that there are 7 non-conformities to the ISO 27001. You can see that top right. And also there are 202 technical issues that are leading to that non-conformity or those non-conformities. And underneath you see an overview of all non-conformities and the issues, the amount of issues that lead to that non-conformity. So there are, for example, 65 issues that lead to the session management non-conformity. And when you click on the link, the 65 issues, you go to an overview with the 65 issues. So you can decide what to do with the issues. And you can solve them, but also accept them if you want. Closed issues are shown here. So the platform doesn't require you to close issues when you solve them. We simply close the issues when we cannot detect them anymore. So when an issue is solved correctly, or a server is shut down, or the website is not available anymore, we simply close the issue, so you don't have to do manual labor. We also have the API available, so you can create your own API client as a partner if you like, and then integrate Guardian360 Lighthouse seamlessly into your own background systems. So under api.guardian360.dev, the API is available, and for example, you can retrieve all issues, for example, but also you can retrieve the issue details of a specific issue, and also you're able to update an issue with service desk ticket ID, for example, if you want that. When there are no questions about the Guardian360 Lighthouse platform, then I will switch back to the presentation. So let's give you 10 to 50 seconds to come up with a question. Okay. Let me switch back. Yep. So there are some takeaways I would like you to take away from this presentation. The first one is that Guardian360 allows IT service providers to offer security services to clients without the need of security specialists, and 24/7 operating security operations center. We learned in the past 5 years that it's quite hard to make security simple. And with the Guardian360 Lighthouse platform, we managed to achieve that. So Guardian360 is no expert tool you need separate licenses for, or certificates for, or extensive training. It's easy to use, a simple, with all your respect, a simple system or network engineer is able to use the platform and discuss results with the client. We have a partner-only strategy, so we're not competing with our partners because we strongly believe we have to cooperate with partners to make the world digitally a safer place. And we not only generate sales qualified leads for our partners, but we're also trying to generate orders for our partners. So we're also generating orders for partners and let partners onboard the client and consult afterwards. Yeah, we have SME offerings available. So when I look at Europe, I think 80% of the companies are between 10 and 1,000 staff large. So we also have enterprise offering. You saw that with the bundle offers, but we also have offering for very small companies. And we really like to help small companies as well to become more mature on the security. Also, Guardian360 offers security as a subscription-based service. So we strongly believe security is something you do on a regular basis instead of once a year or only once. And of course, I understand you're not buying firewalls on a daily basis from a client perspective, but you should monitor and scan the firewall on a daily basis to detect if there are any security issues. And also from the awareness point of view, you need to test the awareness of staff on a regular basis. So once a year doing an awareness session is not enough. You should test on a quarterly basis from our point of view. And what we learned in Europe is that detection of attackers becomes more and more important. People tend to understand nowadays that security cannot be 100% watertight. So you need to detect attackers in the network when they are there. And we do that constantly. So it's a huge advantage that with Guardian360, you only have to sell once and you only have to onboard a client once, but you have monthly recurring revenue and you can consult the client on a regular basis. Also, we increase the MRR for partners and we help them to up and cross-sell other services. So for example, when you're selling firewalls, you can simply add scanning of an IP address to the offering. And when you buy a large amount of IP addresses, it's a very competitive price, but it gives you the ability to consult the client regularly. And also when we're scanning networks and web applications, you can easily see when a client needs a web application firewall, or the switch needs to be updated, or a Windows server needs to be replaced, or you have all kinds of insights to sell other offerings you offer at the moment as well. And of course, also awareness trainings after when we did a phishing test. Please contact Oxygen when you have a client that wants to try before he buys. You've seen that it's quite easy to onboard a client. It's easy to do that and to show the client what kind of results we come up with. And we learned that once a client sees the results, they cannot be unseen. So once they have seen issues in the network, they have to deal with the issues, and the partner is the one who to help the client. here you see some contact details. Feel free to reach out, but maybe it's best to contact Oxygen first, because they're in the same time zone, and I think they're better suitable to support you with any questions you might have. This concludes my presentation. I don't see any questions yet, so I will wait a minute or so, and when there are no questions, I will finish the presentation then. So thank you so much for attending and yeah, allowing me to share the Guardian360 story. And I'm really looking forward to cooperate with IT service providers in Dubai and in the region, because I really want to help organizations to become more secure and make the digital world a safer place. So thank you so much.